My family is currently on a road trip across America, and even though we own a larger camper RV, we opted not to bring it with us on this trip, and we instead are traveling in a rooftop tent over top of our Toyota Tundra. I want to share with you the 6 reasons why we opted to travel in a rooftop tent versus our camper. Number 1, the places that we can go. So with an RV or a camper, you are only able to go to certain spots. Usually those are RV parks, and RV parks are not our vibe. We like more secluded, more natural areas, and being sardined into an RV park is not something that we wanted to do while we were traveling. We prefer to go a little bit more off-road. We want to visit all of the more secluded areas that we can't get to in our camper. We've been on the road for 3 weeks, and we have already gotten to go to some pretty amazing places in our current setup. We're in Big Bend National Park as I'm filming this, and we are able to stay in some very primitive campsites in some very beautiful areas. You cannot get to these areas unless you have 4-wheel drive, and the setup that we have right now is taking us to the places less traveled, and it is absolutely amazing. Reason number 2 is free and cheap camping. So prices in an RV park are much more expensive than in some of the more primitive campsites. When you're staying in an RV park, you are paying for the amenities, for laundry, showers, hookups, electricity, water, all of those things. Yes, it is more convenient to just be able to pull in and plug in your camper, but like I said, we've been traveling for 3 weeks, and we have been able to find plenty of water. We have some solar panels. We have had 0 issues with electricity or water. Like I said earlier, we are in Big Bend National Park, and the cost of the backcountry primitive campsites are $10 a night, which is so cheap for this beautiful area. We've also stayed in several free sites that we couldn't get to in our camper. We've been using the iOverlander app to find a lot of the places that we're staying, and you can check that out if you are looking for some free camping or some just off the beaten path camping. There's a lot of information on that app that has been super helpful to us. For our travel budget, I've averaged in about $15 a night for us to stay while we're traveling, and that just would not be possible if we were traveling in our camper. Number 3, the amazing views. Not only are we able to go to places less traveled to find these amazing views, but with the rooftop tent, we are up really high and are able to get a panoramic view of the places we are staying. Our tent has windows all around it and a sunroof that we can just stick our head out of and see everything. We have had amazing sunrises, sunsets, and it has been such a cool experience. And the 4th reason, gas mileage. Gas mileage when you're towing something heavy is awful. We averaged anywhere from 5 to 8 miles a gallon when we are hauling our camper, and with the rooftop tent and our 2014 Toyota Tundra, we are getting between 13 and 16 miles per gallon, which is saving us a lot of money in gas. Number 5, wear and tear on the truck. Obviously, pulling a big camper is going to put more wear and tear on your vehicle than when we just have our rooftop tent and gear in our truck bed. I'm working on another video about the cost of used vehicles, and the cost of car ownership has gone up significantly. And when you own a vehicle, you need to make sure that you are taking care of it, and that vehicle is going to last you as long as possible. So We really want this truck that we recently purchased to last us a very long time, and the less wear and tear we put on it, the longer it's going to last us. Number 6, it's just easier to travel in the rooftop tent. It's easier and more fun to drive around. Not only are you not having to tow a camper, finding places to stay is a lot easier. You don't have to find somewhere to park your big camper. We could literally pull off the side of the road if we really wanted to and sleep in our tent. There's a lot of free places and lower cost places. Right now we're in Big Bend, and all of their campsites are completely booked up for months, and we would never be able to get here last minute if we weren't able to stay in their primitive campsites, which you have to have 4-wheel drive to get to. So, and in my opinion, they are by far the best sites to be at. And then it's just a lot easier than setting up a tent on the ground or multiple tents on the ground, because we can literally just pop it open. It takes about 10 minutes for us to set up everything. We have an annex on the bottom, so it's like a separate piece. It's like a downstairs part to your upstairs tent. So it's kind of like having 2 tents, an upstairs and a downstairs in your tent. There is some work involved. I'm not going to say that it's like super easy, but it's a lot easier than trying to pitch a tent on the ground. And we also don't have to like find a spot, a clear spot, move all the rocks, keep it all clean. Just wherever our truck stops is where we can set up our tent. So like I said, we are 3 weeks into our travels. We are having a great time. I am working on putting together some day in the life videos. I think I'm going to do a video on like the Big Bend Park and like how to save money when you're here. We have spent very little money here, and this has been such a cool experience. We have very limited internet service, Wi-Fi, so it's been hard for me to get videos uploaded, but I promise you I am working on it and will eventually get these videos posted. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below where you think we might be headed next, and I will talk to you guys next time.